Hello, y'all on YouTube. This is Rob, the Rob's Nerdy Knives. We're doing part 2 of 3 from some loan knives from an awesome channel member, subscriber, Joshua. I appreciate you. Thank you. We're now going to be looking at something from Skiff Made Blades. I'm super excited. You know, I've had a Skiff Made blade before, but this is a different one, and I've always wanted to check it out. So let's look together. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and open this box up with my Utzler duckling, my little modded duckling that I already opened a big box with. As you can see, if you saw part 1, still got tape on there, but we're going to get into this because I can't peel this open, so I'm just going to have to kind of cut into it so we can get in there. Pretty excited about this one. This is, oh, we got some paperwork, so let's see what it says here. Oh, okay, this is probably the certificate. Yeah, so usually you get one of these certificates. It's the Asylum Elmax Stonewash Titanium number 100, 710, 2025. So pretty new, pretty recent knife. This is the Asylum. I had a Fugitive. This is the Asylum, which is super cool. So let's take a look. Very typical, beautiful little case from Skiff Made Blades. All right. I wanted to see if this is any bigger. So the one I had was a flipper, and this is also a flipper. A little different looking, right? Mine had a different sort of aesthetic. About the same size, I would say. Beautiful milling. This one's more stone washed. Mine was a little more polished. This has that beautiful blue anodization that everyone seems to really love. We got the clip. It's a little, is it flattened? Yeah, it's flattened underneath, which is nice. Love the back spacer on there. All right, oh, there we go, Skiff. So let's do a flip. Here we go. All right, so this is I would consider this a sheep's foot. Probably, it'd be better to be sheep's foot. It is rounded a little bit. Beautiful swedge on top. It is a flipper only. Got the beautiful milling inside, and it does say Asylum number 100 in there. I don't know if you can see that. And you've got nice weight relief over here on this side as well. And the little Skiff logo on there, which is nice. Beautiful hardware. T8s all the way around. And this runs on Skiff Caged Bearings already. So let's see. What do we got here? Not quite as smooth as my Fugitive. Now, this is not mine. I'm not taking this apart. I'm not tuning. I'm not doing anything. I'm not oiling anything. I suspect you put a little oil on this thing could have that beautiful buttery control drop shut. It's still very smooth. I can feel it. Glossy smooth as it goes, right? This is dry. This definitely feels like a very dry kind of feel. And some people do not like oil at all on their cage bearings, and that's fine. That's their knife. It's their collection. I'm being allowed to check this out because I've never handled an Asylum before. I like the shape of it. You do have the finger, yep, you have the finger choil. The finger choil you can choke up on there, which is nice. I can go back here. I've got this little part, so by large hands with big meaty fingers, I'd be back here. The center of the knife, the center is about right there, so this would be the balance part. And if you choke up, there you go. Nice, beautiful swedge. Pretty robust, thick blade. Beautiful hollow grinds. Got that nice stone washed. And not a polished stone wash, but you know, more of a kind of an acid looking stone wash sort of thing, you know, which you could polish that and make it look a little shinier. But the rest of the knife kind of has that not full polished shiny look that some of the other Asylums and Fugitives have. So this is kind of a theme here. It's more of a subdued kind of a nice, you know, not shady, but you know, in the shadows, sort of a beautiful look. The blue really pops with this kind of contrast, I think. So that's really nice. It is a, let's see here. I think it's a steel bar insert overdrive stop. Let's see, is it? Yep, steel bar insert. Got the detent ball. Is it a flattened detent? No, it's not a flattened detent ball. It's a steel ball though. That's interesting. So for him, Joshua must like a shake shut. So some people, their perfect control action is a shake shut. Some people like the Grimsmos, they like the guillotine shut. That's their perfect action. I like the controlled, like it's going to come down by itself action. So I think of something like this. This is almost guillotine, but it's more controlled. It doesn't go as fast, but you can see it's there. So it's not like guillotine. It's not instantaneous. It's more controlled. I think my Utzler's like that. Let's see. Yeah. So I don't have to shake it, but it does control, and it does kind of glide closed. So it's not full guillotine, but it's not a shake shut. That's my personal preference. So this one's more for a shake shut. Beautifully dead nut centered. Oh, actually, no, it's centered. I thought for a second we were off to the right just a hair. Ooh, okay. I think this has a little longer edge on this side than this side. Okay. So the edge apex is not perfectly, it's not perfect like this. It's a little bit like that. So that's what's causing that ever so, I'm OCD. So ever slight, at first initial thought was like, oh, this is not dead nut centered, but it is. But that little tip, just off a little bit. You can reprofile, re-apex that edge if you wanted to get that, but that's certainly up to you. Nice and sharp. Yes, it's sharp. Yeah, I would definitely strop this up to get the edge really nice and honed in, really crispy. Beautiful, beautiful edge. Don't know if this is a carry or safe queen, but again, he's allowing me to check this out, so I'm very honored by that. I will say, I don't know. I think I might like the Fugitive more. I don't know. The Asylum is definitely a different look. I just think it would make this really cool. It'd be nice if you could put a thumb stud in there, a fuller, or something. I don't know. It just feels like, I mean, I like flippers only, and you better execute that really well, and it does. It's got a beautiful, crisp detent. You hear that? Nice and crispy. Ooh, my. And, okay, so you got to be careful in here. I noticed that I'm hitting here. You see that when I come out? Fortunately, it's not super sharp on that side. Yeah, so that's sometimes the problem with a shorter knife. Like even here when I have this, you see I'm definitely clear right there. And then you got this little guy right here. Because it's a fuller, I'm clear of it. I'm not going to hit it. Let's see. Let's look at this flipper. Yeah, over here, you see how I'm way past there. When I'm down there with a shorter knife, I've been cut before like that. And you probably see some scars down there, but yeah, so I think the Fugitive, I like the Fugitive more now after that. Still a beautiful knife. Now, if you wanted a smaller version, you like Wharncliffe, this right here is gorgeous. Everything is absolutely fantastic. It's just size-wise for me, I think it would be, that's what it would come down to. Otherwise, it's everything I would expect out of a Skiff Made Blades, absolutely. Now, let's do a little close-up because, you know, guys probably wanting to check this out and say, well, let me see this thing. All right, it's a beautiful hollow grind, this nice stone washed. On my Fugitive, I did a little flitz to polish that up, not because you had to, but I felt like, I know this is their intended finish, it's the stone wash, but usually there's a little acid used in the stone wash. I would prefer a little polish at the end, just because of the rest of the scale. I think it matches it more. So if you just did a little flitz on it, you took the blade out and you flitzed it over, just a quick rub, I think it would look really, really nice. That's, again, that's a personal preference, man. That is absolutely only a personal preference. And some people don't agree, and that's okay. I love the swedge though, by the way, and the hollow grind is stunning, absolutely stunning. All right, let's look at this beautiful pivot. I always love Skiff Made Blades pivots. They're just so fantastically done. I used to think they're huge. Well, it's a pivot collar, and it's this beautiful, intricate pivot that just is absolutely gorgeous. And then the milling. This is where you really get into some of that crazy, beautiful milling. And now I know Steve Skiff Jr., who does all the Skiff Caged Bearings, he does a lot of the CNC and stuff. And he's like, he helps with some of these knives, right? With the CNC part. And I love that. Beautiful chamfered, no sharp edges anywhere. Love the screws. The flipper here, there's no jimping on here. You know, for some that'll be okay. Now, this one's it's not too stiff. But if it was any stiffer, you know, this gives me enough to get in there with my big old meaty fingers. It does engage, you can see that, probably a good 20%. But it would be nice, you know, if you could do, you know, if this was a little lighter or whatever, you know, for me, at least for the meaty fingers. Being shorter, a shorter knife means it's a little stronger in the lock bar. All right, so, and you can see the weight relief inside, all that beautiful weight relief going on in the texture. A big, beautiful backspacer over here. The backspacer is not just a boring backspacer. It's got a little ridge to it. Kind of reminds me, you know, Herman does some of this, some of the other knife makers. I think, no, they didn't do it on this one. Does Brian Brown do it? He does do some texture. Brian does some texture on his, so, you know. But I love how Skiff Made Blades does that. I think that's really nice. And then you got the clip. Some people are not going to be a fan because it's a big clip. What's nice about the clip, for me at least, is, you know, if you were flipping, you could definitely, you'd have plenty of room to be able to do reverse flip. But this is a flipper only, so it doesn't really matter here. But some people like big clips, some people don't. It does absolutely clear the cutout on the lock bar, which has beautiful milling all the way into it as well. I think it's great. It is surprisingly sharp here. My Fugitive was not sharp here at all. So that's kind of that's surprising. That's surprising. Maybe because it's stonewashed? I don't know. Maybe it's not polished. I don't know. Just a little surprising. Love the pivot. It's not a captive, but I love the pivot there. And then we look over here. Very, very minimal billboarding. Again, this is the reverse side of the blade. Simply stunning and gorgeous as well. You can see that lock bar. The over travel stop is part of this washer, or the pivot collar right here. So that acts as the over travel stop. I think that's stunning. Very, very nice. All right, let's do a little zoom out so we can have something for the thumbnail. I love the hollow grind. And this, I really want to highlight the hollow grind here. Let's see if we can get that bright shadows for there. Get the right shadows and makes that hollow grind really, really stand out. Right? Beautiful, beautiful knife. Beautiful knife. What do y'all think? I think it's stunning. Absolutely stunning. Thank you for letting me check this out. Very, very cool. We'll do a review. I don't know how much of a review on this one I'll do. It'll be a quick one. I'm not gonna, it's similar to the Fugitive. It's everything I expect. It's a little smaller. I will maybe I gotta watch that. I will mention that the smaller, you know, how smaller it is, and some of the benefits or positive negatives of that. But still, the craftsmanship on these knives are phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. I didn't have a doubt about it, and I have no doubt now. So yeah, there's nothing to recommend against, and everything's going to be executed exceptionally well. It's just going to be a matter of size. I will tell you now for sure, I would say between the Fugitive and the Asylum, I'd definitely go for Fugitive, for my hands at least. So still like the Asylum. Some people are going to love it. You know, that'll be a perfect size. And if you love the sheep's foot, this is the puppy to get, because it's simply stunning and gorgeous. All right. Again, thank you to Joshua for allowing me to check this out. I sure do appreciate him. Hey, if you found this content fun, interesting, worthwhile, or informative, would you please consider hitting the like button down below? And if you've already hit that like button, maybe consider hitting the subscribe button. Subscribing and liking the channel really does help out. It allows me to produce more content, do more things, ultimately do more things for you guys. So thank you to everybody out there who watches the videos, enjoys the content, is part of the community. I sure do appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. If you haven't already, maybe also consider hitting the notification button so you can be notified of future content like this and other videos. And a big shout out to my channel members. You do two amazing things. You encourage me, so thank you. Secondly, because of your generous support, you allow me to do things sooner than I thought I could. Once a week budget banger giveaways. Be able to check out knives like this and be able to cover the cost shipping of it, shipping to send them back, because these are not cheap. This is a big shipment that I'm going to be going back. It's going to cover the cost of usually 2 or 3 giveaways. So yeah, thank you. Appreciate you guys. As a small way for me to say thank you to you, one, brand new channel members, email me your name and address. I can mail you a channel sticker and a little thank you note. That's all brand new channel members. I want to do that. 2, if you are a channel member, you are eligible for the once a month members exclusive giveaway. Each month we have, in 1 week, there's 2 giveaways. There's a budget banger giveaway, and then there's the members exclusive giveaway. The budget banger happens every week. But that 1 week in a month, you're eligible for 2 giveaways as a members, and you could win both. It happened once. And usually the members giveaway, I try to make it sure it's a little nicer than the budget banger giveaway, something you would enjoy winning or giving as a gift. So that's my small way to say thank you to you. If any of that sounds interesting, cool, or like, hey, I'd love to do that, and maybe you also heard about the special emojis, the kazoo salutes, the 1-year, 2-year anniversary, the special content, yeah, all that's all there for you. If any of that sounds cool to you, that is something that I would love to have you become a channel member. There's a link down below in the description, 3 different tiers. Sign up, become a member. But don't do it because you feel obligated. Do it because you want to. And if you do because you want to, thank you. I'm honored. If you haven't already, check me out over on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Again, that's on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day and a great week. Bye.